My name is K.Одарченко, SAC Group, and we work in Ukraine in the sphere of communication. And I have a question about foreign policy and about your understanding of new foreign policy of Republican Party and Trump exactly, because, for example, mostly of first Ukrainian politicians write and support Hillary Clinton campaign, and they also read polls and understand that its campaigning will be winner. But for now, they are afraid and they don't see strategy of Republican Party to conflict in Ukraine, to conflict in Syria, and so on and so forth. So interested in your point of view for next year, for example. Thanks.
Well, that's actually a very good question, and I'm not sure any of us can answer that. I mean, during the campaign, right. Trump's, one of his biggest foreign policy, points that we heard over and over again is that we need to get friendlier with Russia. Vladimir Putin should be a bigger partner with us. This guy's great. He complimented me. And so who do we hear that Trump has met with a second time, interviewing him as a possible Secretary of State? Mitt Romney. Now, Mitt Romney in 2012 declared Russia America's greatest geopolitical foe. Now, of course, at that time, Democrats laughed at him and thought it was hilarious, but 2016, everything seems to have been switched around. So I think this is one of those cases where, a lot of us said, we don't, during the election, we don't know what a President Trump would do, and we don't think Trump knows what a President Trump would do. And I feel like he's been elected, and we still don't know. And to me, that is, again, the Russia thing was such a huge part of anything he did say on foreign policy that, to me, it is very strange that he is considering someone for the top diplomatic position who takes an entirely different position from him. So I'm sorry, I'm not really being very helpful, but I'm trying to say that I think even people in the Republican Party probably don't know.
But can I say that one of the things I actually like about Trump was his willingness, I'm not sure how deliberate or thoughtful it is, but to ask outrageous questions. And so he'll ask questions that are complete heresy for Republican foreign policy establishment, like NATO, right? Our relationship, now why do we have 40 bases still in Germany? I think some of these are actually good questions. However, foreign policy for a very long time, at least since World War II, it's seldom driven by one person. Occasionally have Nixon with an idea, and Reagan to a lesser extent. But you usually have a community of people who think through long wave changes and there's no community that I can see that has thought through which is why we're still kind of going, I think Trump's right about this, we're going on a sort of a Cold War momentum of having all these foreign bases and all these alliances, and it's not clear how you'd rethink that. He can't rethink that, but the people being talked about, Mitt Romney, it's perfectly fine, I suppose, pick. John Bolton, who I know pretty well, he's definitely not with the Rethink the Alliances school. So Trump's out there all by himself on this. So like Kelly Jane says, I think we have no idea how this is going to turn out and how much he's going to push on this, or whether he's just going to hand it all over to Mitt Romney and it'll be business as usual, which may be fine, sort of.
Did you want to get?
And it's good to remember, as we're sort of in here talking about, worried about how America is going to function over the next 4 years, that there are people in other countries that who is president and what that man's policies are affecting people throughout the world.
Rightly so.
Well, as a European told me 20 years ago on a visit, saying the American presidency is just too important for only Americans to vote on. Shouldn't we have a vote? Good question.